Here's the thing. What if I told you there's a naked bike for less than 12 grand that's got actual MotoGP bred DNA pumping through its veins, like the same bloodline as a full-on superbike engine? Sounds like clickbait, right? I know. But here's the kicker. It's real. It's probably sitting at your local Suzuki dealership right now. And by the time you're done watching this, you'll get why the 2026 GSX-S1000 might just be the most dangerously good value in the whole leader class naked scene. Dangerous? Yeah, because once you throw a leg over one, you're not gonna want to hand the keys back. Welcome back to Motometrics. Let's just jump in. First off, what even is this bike? Because context actually matters for once. The GSX-S1000 isn't some flash-in-the-pan concept Suzuki cooked up to chase Instagram trends. Nah, this thing's got roots, like deep, gnarled old tree roots. That motor? It's a direct descendant of the legendary GSX-R 1000 K5, an engine Suzuki's engineers built back when they were busy winning championships in MotoGP and World Superbike. They took that race-proven heart, dialed it back for street manners, thank God, and stuffed it into this aggressive Street Fighter-style shell. End result? A bike that feels legit unleashed when you want chaos, but won't try to murder you on your morning commute. That combo is rare, and Suzuki's been getting better at it for years. Alright, before we geek out on power numbers, and trust me, we will, let's talk looks, because when this thing pulls up next to you at a stoplight, it's not subtle, not even a little. Imagine walking into a room and just flipping a table over. That's the energy here. Stacked monofocus LED headlights stare at you like a praying mantis on caffeine. Those aerodynamic radiator shrouds with winglets, almost fighter jet vibes. The bodywork is all sharp angles and dry, angry lines. So intentional they feel pissed off. Suzuki didn't build this to blend. They built it to make you feel something before you even swing a leg over. For 2026, you get two color options, Candy Daring Red or Metallic Triton Blue, both with matching wheels. Clean, aggressive, unmistakably GSX-S. Okay, the part you actually came for. Under that fuel tank lives a 999cc liquid-cooled inline-four. Bore and stroke, 73.4 millimeters by 59.0 millimeters. It makes 150 PS, call it 150 horsepower at the crank, with peak torque of 106 newton meters, about 78 pound-feet at 9,250 RPM. And yeah, I hear some of you. That's it, my buddy's tonneau makes way more. True. Some Euro bikes chase bigger peak numbers, but here's what a dyno sheet won't tell you. This engine's torque curve is flat, like annoyingly usable. Suzuki massaged the cam profiles to kill the mid-range dips that plagued older versions, so the punch is there from low RPM all the way to redline. You don't need to scream at 10,500 RPM to feel fast. You'll feel it at 4,000 pulling out of a gas station. That's the kind of character that makes a bike genuinely fun to ride every single day. Then there's the electronics. Suzuki calls it SIRS, the Suzuki Intelligent Ride System. Sounds like a bad sci-fi prop, but really it's a 3-mode drive mode selector. Adjusts throttle response and power delivery. A 5-mode advanced traction control you can dial down or fully switch off if you're feeling spicy or slightly unhinged. And a bi-directional quick shifter. Clutchless up and down. Seamless. The way motorcycling should have always felt. Plus a slipper clutch to keep the rear wheel from stepping out when you trail brake hard into a corner. Smart tech without being preachy about it. Hold on, before we hit the chassis, you need to hear about the display, because this is a bigger deal than it sounds. For 2026, Suzuki gave the GSX-S1000 a brand new 5-inch full-color TFT screen, scratch-resistant, anti-reflective coating, so you can actually read it on a blinding California afternoon when the sun's doing its worst. All your data, traction mode, drive mode, gear, RPM, speed, clear and easy. Sounds small, but when you're wrangling 150 horsepower in real traffic, instant clarity isn't a luxury, it's a tool. And Suzuki finally delivered. Now, chassis and suspension, because a powerful motor and a sloppy frame is just a disaster waiting to happen. Twin spar aluminum frame, same proven design from the GSX-R 1000 Superbike. Aluminum swing arm, also straight off the GSX-R. Not budget parts, these are proper race-to-ride bits. Up front, fully adjustable KYB inverted forks. Out back, fully adjustable link-type shock. Seat height is 810 millimeters, 31.9 inches for the Americans, which works for most riders, puts you in an upright Street Fighter stance that's commanding but not punishing on longer rides. Weight is about 214 kilograms, 472 pounds fully wet. Not the lightest in class, definitely not heavy either. On the move, owners say it feels lighter than it is, nimble, eager to turn, stable under hard braking. Brakes, Brembo Monobloc 4-piston calipers biting dual 310mm floating rotors up front. Brembo Monoblocs on a sub-$12,000 bike. If you know brakes, you know. If you don't, just know Brembo's what MotoGP teams use when they need to shed speed from 200 miles per hour and still make the corner. ABS both ends. You're covered even if the road gets slippery. So the question you've been asking since the start, how much? $11,990 MSRP. That's the number. $11,990 plus destination. Put that in perspective. Yamaha MT-10 costs more. Aprilia Tuono V4 significantly more. BMW S1000? Don't even ask. Under 12 grand, you're getting Brembo's fully adjustable KYB suspension, a quick shifter, 5-stage traction control, a TFT screen, and a GSX-R-derived motor. That's absurd value. And Suzuki throws in a 12-month unlimited mileage warranty with extended coverage available. Now, here's where it gets interesting and a little complicated. This bike isn't perfect, nothing is. The electronics don't include cornering ABS or an IMU-based inertial platform like pricier Euro rivals. If you need every last safety net, you'll notice those gaps. And as a naked bike, wind protection is basically a rumor at highway speeds. At 80 miles per hour for long stretches, you will feel it. But my honest 2 cents, for most American street riders, canyons on weekends, commuting during the week, wanting a bike that rewards skill without demanding a second mortgage, the GSX-S1000 hits a nearly perfect sweet spot. Performance, reliability, value. Suzuki's got this reputation for building engines that just won't die. The GSX-S carries that torch. Owners report few mechanical headaches, minimal maintenance drama, and a bike that starts every single time and does exactly what you ask. And the naked leader bike class where egos and horsepower numbers run wild, there's something deeply satisfying about a motorcycle that doesn't have to shout the loudest to make its point. The 2026 GSX-S1000 is a serious machine. Fast enough to embarrass more expensive badges, smooth enough to daily, priced aggressively enough that you might actually have cash left over for gear. At $11,990, it's one of the best arguments for buying Japanese in a class increasingly crowded by European exotica. If you've been sitting on the fence about a leader class naked, this is the one I'd tell my friends to really consider. Oh, and if you want to see how the GSX-S1000 stacks up against its rivals, or which naked bikes are actually worth your money in 2025 and 2026, I've got a deep dive video ready for you. It's right there on your screen. Hit that next and let's keep riding.